doesn't take any skill or intellect to do that. So that's what I'm dealing with on a daily basis. I figure over time, they're gonna, they win the game. It's a game. They made up the rules, and if they don't like the rules, they change the rules while the game's being played. So that's why it's unwinnable. But because I don't have much else to accomplish except to write about it, which I do know how to do. I have the ability to do it, and I still have a keyboard, regardless of what what gets altered in transit. I can document it. Just it's my training in nature to be a journalist, and so that's what I do to make an attempt to fight back, even though I don't have the ability to win or any of the resources required, including counsel. I can at least make the attempt, which is what I try to do. And if I have to, it'll be like a book on video. If I can't rely on text to have some integrity, then at least maybe digital photography will allow me to do that to a certain extent. That's about all I do have, is my ability to speak one-on-one with people. Try to get them to understand, because with the Patriot Act there is you don't have communications. You're pretty much locked down as far as your communications go. And you look at that law real close, there's only a couple possibilities. People that pass this law, they were either supremely negligent, and just forgot to read it, or else they did it deliberately, and they pulled a scam on the American people. And because the Patriot Act makes all, the First Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, and everything else collapses behind it. After you subtract the First Amendment and the Fourth Amendment, guess what? The other ones just are obviated. They don't matter. They become inoperative. And if the congressional leaders and the people that passed this thing did it on purpose, then the American people got scammed, the biggest scam that was ever perpetrated on a modern democracy. Because the Constitution's been around for more than 220 years. It was there, it was written for a reason, to protect the individual against the government, against rogue governments and rogue government agencies, and harassment, false accusations, institutionalizing people for criticizing the government. And that's exactly why it was written the way it was. The Patriot Act just dismantles the entire Constitution by taking out the keystone. The keystone of the Constitution is the First Amendment. And that's all I have right now. I don't have any other ability to fight back and say, hey, here's what happened. Here's the truth. Here's a book. Here's what I wrote down. And that's even been taken away from me. So once you take away, the First Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, you let people get in there, and anything that would be considered personal and private prior to the Patriot Act, then everything else is obviated. It just doesn't matter. Okay, they know I'm going to sit here at the library and write. They don't want me to write, and so they get these guys for cheeseburgers and peanuts to come and harass me, sit down, annoy me, make threats. Slap my property around, step on my toes, crawl under my chair, and do all kinds of stuff that's annoying, because makes it harder to write. That's all it is, And if they're trying to cook up some kind of bogus prosecution, it's just based on phony surveillance, which they've been cooking up for 15 months plus. That's how long it takes to investigate a guy walking around just writing, typing, looking for a quiet place to type, and they're trying to run a 15-month investigation around a guy walking around with his clothes and a keyboard, not doing anything illegal. Bullshit. I do this me really easy because I'm talking on it, right? This is me, And you get the guys across the street that show that pervert in the van, and the guy in the caddy and all the other stalkers are all here at the same time when I am, You got that, Your Honor? not real sophisticated, but I logged on, you know, I ID'd myself, I opened my mouth, I uploaded a video, and that's how easy to run this scam. So we'll see what happens next, you know. That's about all I do, is see what happens next, because getting paid is kind of hard to do when everything's getting routed to DC, you know. But I'll keep working on it, you know. Hope the attachments don't say something I don't want them to say, but there again, you know, I don't have any control over it. They can say anything the feds want my communications to say. And if it's written down in my handwriting or something, they just steal it, you know.